In deep-sea boats and helicopters are rushing toward the space capsule just landed on the water. They come there and open the hatch to rescue the astronaut. She's unconscious and was hit by something. The astronaut Sam wakes up in the hospital and sees a bandage on her hand. She looks around and sees the pen is levitating in the air. But when the doctors come, it's back on the table. The doctors congratulate her on completing her first mission. They ask how she is feeling, and she tells them she is feeling a bit dizzy, and she just saw the pen floating. They say it's pretty normal after coming back from space. She asks what the bandage is for. They say her hand is swelling, but fortunately, there is no fracture. They ask what happened as they lost communication with her when she was coming down. She says she is not sure, but she must have collided with something and lost consciousness on her way down. Doctors say something has penetrated her capsule and broken her helmet. They think it's probably meteor debris. She then goes to meet with her family. Her husband Mark has come with their daughter Izzy. She is talking with her daughter when her father, General William, comes there. He congratulated her on completing the mission. When Mark asks him what happened on her way down, he says the military and NASA are both looking into the matter. They picked up some unusual frequencies when they lost communication with her capsule. He says they have prepared a house for her where she can recover in quarantine. Sam tells her family to visit her there, and the doctors take her away. She arrived at the house. Dr. Michelle meets with her and gives her a tour of the house. She says it is very remote. There is no house near it. It's mainly used for housing the diplomats. She shows her a telescope which she can use to look at the sky. While using it, she gets a headache. Dr. Michelle comes to tend her and says breathe. After getting better, she says it's common for astronauts to take time to adjust to gravity. She says they will do a routine checkup on her until she recovers. They will even postpone her next mission if she doesn't recover. But she gets a bit worried as she wants to go back to the space. After the doctor leaves, she starts to check his family album when she sees that she is bleeding through her nose. As she tries to tend to her when her friend Val calls her, she greets and congratulates her. While talking, she notices something, but there is nothing. She tells her about her symptoms. Val advises her not to report everything to the doctor, as they may determine her unfit to travel to space. And with her experience, she thinks most of the symptoms will go away with time. After she hangs up, the light starts to flicker and she hears something. She goes out to check and finds a trace of something going towards the open door. She goes to the balcony and with the telescope, starts to look into the woods. She gets shocked to see something moving behind a tree. But when she looks carefully, there is nothing. She goes out into the woods to investigate. While looking, she gets a headache accompanied by visual images of a place. She wakes up back in her bed. She notices that her hand is not improving and is swelling more. She tries to make breakfast and again sees the egg floating in the air. She even touches it, but when doctors come, it falls on the floor. Dr. Michelle comes to check up on her. They put her through exercise to collect data on her health. She gets cramps while exercising. She is lying with ice bags. Dr. Michelle comes with a drink and says it will help her. After she leaves, Sam calls Mark. She proposes to do a family tour after she recovers, as she is feeling a bit distant from her family. But Mark says it's not a good idea as they don't see her much. He thought adopting a baby would keep them closer, but it didn't. Suddenly, Izzy comes there to talk to her mom. Mark cuts the call as he needs to go to work. Sam goes out on a stroll in the woods. She again gets a headache with the same visuals. After getting better, she notices a cable in the ground. Following it, she comes in front of fake rock. Inside it, she finds a camera facing the house. She looks further and finds another cable with fake rock and a camera facing the house. Distressed, she tries to look for more when she falls and hits a rock. She wakes up in her bed and finds that her head is bleeding. A soldier comes and says that they found her in the woods and brought her here. He informs her father is here. She goes to meet with her father. He tells her that she is supposed to take rest, not wander around. When she inquires about the camera, he takes her into a room and opens a secret door. Through it, they go downstairs and he shows her the password to the door. He tells her that it is used to keep the high-value diplomats securely. It has every essential and cameras to keep an eye on the outside. The house goes into lockdown in case of danger. He tells her not to worry and to take rest. After William leaves, she checks on her hand as it is getting worse. She opens the bandage and sees it getting worse. She takes a picture and sends it to her friend Val, who advised her to take a bath. While taking a bath, she suddenly hears a sound. She gets a bit scared and goes back into the house and calls her husband, but unfortunately, it goes to voicemail. Again, the light starts to flicker and power goes out. With a flashlight, she starts to look everywhere when suddenly she feels someone's presence at the door. She goes out to investigate, but there is no one. She comes back in the house when suddenly the house starts to go into lockdown, announcing that a foreign object has been detected. She tries to call, but there is no service. She searches the house and feels something is moving, so she runs to the power room to turn back the light, but fails. Suddenly, she sees someone's trying to open the door, but when she looks at the door, it stops. She opens the door to check. There is nothing there, but she again hears the sound and the flashlight falls on the ground. Blindly, she starts to look for it and is able to retrieve it. She hears the sound coming from behind the window. When she tries to look, a creature puts a hand on the window and she runs away from there. She runs into the secret door and goes into the vault. She turns on the camera to search for the creature. In one of the cameras, she finds the creature standing still, looking at the house. She wakes up in the morning and runs back up the stairs. Her father and the doctors come to check up on her. She tells William that last night the house went into lockdown, and in the vault, she saw a creature. Her father assures her that he will look into it. The doctors do a checkup on her. They're worried about her hand as it's not healing. Mark has arrived with Izzy to meet with Sam. Izzy is very happy meeting with her mother. Williams comes there to take her away, so Sam and Mark talk. He shows her the telescope and says she brought her mother the same one when he adopted her. As they're playing with it, Sam tells Mark what happened last night, and she also tells him about the hallucinating episode she is having. She says she is afraid that some extraterrestrial creature has followed her back. She was transmitting a message in space. Something must have followed her via it. He reassures her that everyone is looking into the matter, and if she wants, she can go back to the house with them. But Sam worried that they would cancel her mission and says it's fine. When Izzy and Williams come there, William takes Sam into the vault and shows her the footage from the last night. But the footage is distorted and there is no one. She is completely surprised. William asks if she still wants to live here. She says it's fine. Before leaving, William tells her to call in case of an emergency. She does a checkup of the house to see how many people are in, and it shows there are 9 people. She is walking with her daughter and Mark. Izzy goes ahead as Mark and Sam are getting closer. Suddenly, they hear a sound. They called for Izzy but couldn't find her. They're getting worried when she comes back with dead insects. They scold her for going away. When they see insects crashing into the trees, they run towards the house and see a swarm of insects coming towards the house. Hurriedly, they go back into the house. They see the insects have surrounded the house and are crashing into the windows. The house gets filled with dead insects. Agents come to clean the house. She asks the director what has caused this. He replies that he is not sure, but it may have happened because of changing weather patterns. She tells Mark to take Izzy back to the house as she is tired. Mark asks if she will be okay living in the house. She says it's fine and it's only for just few days. After they leave, she feels pain in her whole body. She checks her leg and sees it bleeding. Her nails are also coming out. She bandaged her whole body. Again, the lights start to flicker. She takes the table and uses it to shut the door. She, in her room, searches for abnormal insect behavior. She finds that it links to the change in Earth's magnetic fields. Because of this, satellites malfunctions, and there have been reported UFO sightings wherever this weird phenomenon happens, and people have gone missing after that. She gets a bit scared. Her back is hurting, so she goes to check and finds it is also bleeding. She hears the same sound and the lights start to flicker. She locks every door. When Mark calls and she tells her to come back to the house, suddenly the house starts to go into lockdown, stating that something has penetrated the house. She informs him that something is in the house. Mark says he is coming as soon as possible. Sam runs toward the vault when she falls down the stairs and sees that a weird liquid is coming out of her wound. She goes into the vault and starts to look into the camera, but couldn't find it anywhere. Still, she can hear something moving, so she conducts a house scan, and it shows there are 2 individuals in the house. She again looks through the camera and sees a creature moving in a room, but the camera gets turned off, and one by one, all of the camera gets turned off. She does another scan, and it shows 3 individuals in the house. The vault starts to malfunction as something might have entered there. She runs to a room and hides there. She sees the creature inside the room. She moves from there as it is coming towards her. She sees that another creature is also coming, so she sneaks out from there. She runs into a room and hides there. Her hand is hurting too much, so she removes the bandage and sees that her hand is changing like the creature's. They are coming towards her, so she runs into a room and finds a door. She breaks the door and sneaks through it. Mark also arrives there with Izzy, but the house is in lockdown, so he is unable to get in. Sam, running through the corridor, gets attacked by the creature. It's holding her leg, but she manages to free herself. She then runs away from it. Her whole body is changing like the creature's. Outside, Izzy comes out of the car and shows her father that lights are coming out from the woods. He goes with her towards it. Sam is also able to come out in the woods via a secret passage. She is running through the jungle as Sam and Izzy are looking for her there. William, with soldiers, also arrives at the house. Seeing Mark's car, he says they should not be here. He tells the soldiers to search the house, and remember they are dealing with an intelligent creature, so don't do anything stupid. She is running through the woods and slowly changing into the creature. Inside the house, the soldiers inform that the house is empty. He orders them to keep searching. He then goes into the vault and finds the path from where Sam has fled. Sam, running, gets exhausted and falls on the ground. She feels the creature in front and pleads with it to spare her life. The creature touched her chin as she looked at it. It asks if she can understand in their language. Surprisingly, she can understand. Other creatures come there and say they miss her and they never forget her. It asks her to remember and touch its head with her. She remembers they are running away from the soldiers through the woods. She gets separated while running. They can camouflage instantly, but getting back back takes time. When soldiers surrounded her, she turned into a human girl. William, searching for them, finds her and takes her up as his daughter. Sam remembers everything. Mark and Izzy come there and are surprised to see her. She tells them that they won't hurt them. William also comes there with a gun and tells them to come with him. Mark asks him to put down the gun, but he says he waits a lot to capture them. Sam asks if the whole mission is just to lure the aliens back to Earth. He says he gives her a new life, and now they must come with him. She asks what he's gonna do if they don't come. He points the gun and says he won't ask again. Mark jumps on him and starts to punch him and knocking him out. Sam starts to change back into her real form. Other aliens ask her to hurry up. They need to leave. Sam says goodbye to her daughter and leaves from there. When soldiers come to rescue William, they see their spaceship leaving from there. They all stand there watching it leave as the spaceship vanishes in the sky. So this was the recap of the movie, The Astronaut 2025. If you like this, you may also like our other videos.